Okay, as you can tell, I'm almost ready for bed. Just gotta brush my teeth, maybe upload another video, and then I am good to go. I have just one client tomorrow morning. Then I gotta, do stuff. This video is about dealing with people who just rant. I have clients who just rant, and I'll admit, it's kind of difficult, where they just kind of get into it and they're not listening to reason at all, and I just have to kind of keep a understanding straight face. It's part of the process. People like to kind of just vent, you know what I mean? Especially if they are under a lot of stress, and I've been in situations. It was in one today, and this client is very stressed out, and I know where it's coming from. We've talked a lot, and I'm pretty intuitive, and she's told me a lot, and I'm pretty empathetic too. But when this client goes on a rant, it's like it's over the top ridiculous, if things aren't going to this person's way. I could see that the person was kind of calming down after a while. This person just wanted to vent. That's part of the jobs of being a trainer sometimes, in the service industry. The person's not being mean, but it can be taxing, and I don't know if it would get further and further, if it would be directed towards me at any time. That's one of my worries. But I don't know. It's part of the if I understand it more, that it's not to do with me, and I kind of don't get into it, but I won't lie that it's stressful. A lot of times with some clients, it's like they're not trying to improve themselves. They just want to unload. That's kind of where it's tiring, It's not looking for an answer. It's just looking for someone to unload to, or unload on. And it's about their way or the highway, And that's, I guess that's what kind of gets me to the point of being frustrated with certain clients, because they're not improving and they're making it a priority, or they're doing it maybe subconsciously, but they're going out of their way to make it not happen, that they get results. And then there's a smoke screen of the ranting, and it becomes that I feel more like a kindergarten supervisor, a kindergarten teacher, or a preschool supervisor, or a babysitter. And then that's where I stop liking what I do. Tomorrow's the last session with this person. Then they go on vacation, and we'll see what happens when they come back, if they continue, which I think they will, or this person will. And hopefully this person will be well rested, but that seems to be an issue. Hopefully this person will keep up with their training, so when we come back, we'll be able to take it to the next level, but I'm not so sure about that. And then it becomes a smoke screen of, oh, we walked everywhere, we did this, okay, yes, but did you do the training? so it's difficult for me, you know. That's where I'm kind of like uneasy, you know. Just do your training and deal with the things that are setting you back, and that's it. But then when they have strong opinions about other things, because it's other people's faults instead of their own, the rants become like that, and then it's like I know that I can't get through to the person. So then it becomes this demoralizing for myself, you know. So, hence I ran to you guys. Well, I just described the situation. I thought I would describe it just before I go to bed, just so that I have something documented. I'm not stressed over it. It was a little stressful at the time, but I realized it's just part of the part and parcel. Just the banter that goes around, that doesn't necessarily have to be an answer, but still, it's, you know, it's not the best thing to listen to. I get the same thing from Mr. Chicago, though. I let him come to me because if I initiate anything, then he gets automatically into his defense mechanism and he blocks everything. He's a very stubborn and someone very set in his ways. I have changed in the sense that I'm no longer dependent on him. You know, he'll come to me when he comes to me. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And we're not a couple, and I'm in Canada and he's in the US, and I'm leaving my other options open, but I haven't closed the door on him, you know what I mean? And when he comes, I'm welcoming. That's all I can do. That's all I learned I can do. However, and I know this from past experience, that he will initiate all the time, and then he'll just kind of ghost. And it's a test, you know. It's a kind of a narcissistic test, you know. Trying to test to see how I am, if I really miss him and all that. And like I said, I've grown. I miss him, but I mean, I'm not dependent on him. You know, he wants to pull those games. I'm not into it. You know, I already stated everything, and you were unwilling. So I mean, it's going at a slow pace. It's too slow for my liking, but it's also that I'm realizing that I could do with or without this person at this point in time, because I can do on my own. And I think that's important for a relationship, that the other person is accentuating your relationship, but you're not dependent on them. And I'm not dependent on them. So he finally texted me and said, "Oh, I guess it's me who has to come after you. You can't say that you miss me or whatever." I'm like, yeah, that's what we discussed. The goat comes after the stick when the goat wants to. And that's it. That's our inside joke. So, and then he'll call me, and then he'll start saying, "Really? Is that really how it," like he'll turn around saying like I'm being, you know, rude, and I'm not, and I don't like him, and I don't care about him. Some people just need to stir up the shit to feel relevant. And it's kind of a sad thing. I mean, live your life, but if you want to live a life that's very uneventful and you need to stir shit to make it eventful, you might want to reevaluate your life. But then again, if you're approaching old age, you have less choices of what to make. But you can still do it, you know. So that's where I'm at with that. Take it one day at a time. Leave all my options open. Realizing that any fantasy is a fantasy. I'm more of a realist. And that's that, to not get stressed over everything, even though there is a lot of things coming my way. More than I would like, but that is part of life. And I'm able to say this now with a straight, calm demeanor is because I got a lot of sleep. Yesterday it wasn't the case. And I'm well fed. I ate a lot of rice. And I still have a lot left. That's the red new Betty Crocker rice cooker and steamer on top. And I had sweet potatoes, those orange things, in the slow cooker. So I had a combination of both. And I bid you good night.